Kara here from the Downtown Historic Bed and Breakfast, and I am here to share with you some of my favorite things about fall. Fall is here, the colors are changing. I have always regretted when fall ends because those beautiful colors disappear almost as fast as they came. So one day I was kind of looking at all the colors and I actually came across this idea, I can't take credit for it, taking these beautiful fall leaves and making them into roses for a beautiful fall centerpiece. So I'm going to show you some of my ideas I've come up with to make the perfect fall table, which is ideal for Thanksgiving, and using all the fall colors and things that are around you for that fall season to really just highlight your table. I have over here one of the centerpieces I've already started. These look like roses, but they are actually fall leaves. I've got an assortment. This is a red leaf from a vine here. This is actually a really beautiful red from the Bradford pear tree. These are some of the yellow leaves from the mulberry. And as you see them done into the roses, this is a rose that I've actually made from the mulberry tree. This is one I made from the beautiful reds of the Bradford pear. And then this is another one from the Bradford pear. So I'm going to show you actually and one of a rich dark brown. You can barely see it, looks more like a bud. That's the dried leaf from the grapevine outside. So you can use any leaf. The idea that I saw was using maple leaves, some of the red leaves you find in the East Coast. We don't have all those colors in some of those leaves, so I had to come up with some ways to use them a little different. So the first thing you do is you take your leaf, and I also found picking them off of the tree sometimes works a little better than picking them up off of the ground because they are still soft. When they start to get too brittle, they're hard to work with. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take that leaf and just fold it in half. Now if you had a big maple leaf, they also recommended you folding it this way, but I'm going to just fold it in half, and then you're going to take it and you're going to start rolling that leaf like a tight little tube. And then you can take another one and do the same thing and roll it again like a tight little tube. You can probably use about 3 of these that you can do. And I'm doing them kind of fast because I don't want you to get bored with me. And then what you're going to do is I just started taking the leaves and kind of scaling them down and then just kind of wrapping them. Uh-oh, that one broke. But it's okay, don't worry about it. And then I just take them and I just started wrapping them like this around that little bud. And you just keep doing it over until you get kind of the look that you want. The big thing is with any decorating thing, do not worry about uniformity. Nature is not uniform. It's a lot of different, just kind of rough, almost thrown together shapes, and you want that for your rosebud because if you try to make it too uniform, you're going to actually lose the loose, free beauty of your flower. Like I say, I'm doing this super fast because I actually took a little bit more time sometimes when I was doing it just to think about, but look at that. And you can even kind of start to fold them back a little bit when they're soft like this. Do it now because if you try to do that later when they are dry, you won't be able to do that. I have chosen to use floral tape. And I just roll out a piece. I'm going to cut it because I liked the way that it was easier to work with than a wire. And then I just start taking it, I kind of pull it tight and just roll and wrap that around here. You can see your stem is actually going to be what is your stem to your flower, the stems of your leaf. And I actually wrapped mine, let me pull one out here. As you can see, I wrapped it, and I also took a stick, because especially if you're using a styrofoam type thing, and then just wrap a stick on there because it's easier to stick it in. And I did a nice, smoother, much smoother wrap than this. I'm trying, like I say, to do this kind of quickly because I've got a couple other things I want to show you for my centerpiece. And like I say, as you can see, it's beautifully wrapped all the way around. stick this guy back in here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add this to my arrangement. Look at that, and the reds. I went around and I found, I hate pyracantha, but my neighbor had some. I picked a little of theirs. I had some of the red berries, just some of those nice. I had some pine cones. I put a little floral rye around that so I could put that in there. And then this is actually one of my grandmother's old jars, and I've got wheat and actually another grain in here. You can use even a red grain, give you a little variance of color in your jar. And this is what I chose to put my arrangement in. The next thing I did for my candle holder, I took an apple. All you do is just take that apple, cut it. I actually took one of my larger tablespoons, kind of scoop some of that center out of there so you can fit that candle in there. Scoop it out real nice, so you can see. And your candle fits nicely in there. And I'm gonna actually just use this one to light. And then this is just a sawed log with a little bit of the bark still on it. So there you go. So the next thing I'm going to do for my centerpieces on my table, and we're going to put this all on the table here in a minute, and I'll show it to you. I am going to do a napkin fold that also looks like a leaf. So what you do, is you take your napkin, oh boy, and you go like a fan, back and forth. Oh, I got a little apple on this napkin because I didn't clean my mess up. I'm trying to do this quick for you. So now you can see it's like folded like a fan, and fold it this way. And I have a piece of twine. Kind of find the center of that piece of twine. Tie it. Put in a cute little bow. And kind of cut your ends off a little bit, so leave them where they're hanging. And I'm going to choose this red leaf, and I'm going to stick it in here like this. Kind of goes together. Oops, I put it backwards. It goes this way. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm trying to move so fast I think I'm making mistakes. I need to roll this around to this side because it needs to fill in together. I think I might have folded it the wrong direction actually. Dang it. I did, because it goes this way. See, you want your point to the top. My mistake. Sorry about that. I knew there was something wrong here. Nothing like a live video to catch your mistakes too. But you'll definitely see the leaf much better now. I was like, that didn't look like a leaf. Now we're going to retie it. See, it looks like a cute little leaf, and then put this leaf with the pretty color sticking out right here. All right, so follow me to my table, and we're going to put all these pretty little things on the table, and you can see how you can have a beautiful fall or Thanksgiving table. This, of course, is my centerpiece. As you can see, I already have a napkin right here nicely folded. I'll go get my other one and add to it. There's this one. Get that off of there. There we go. So these are just some like little ceramic pumpkins I had. They have some leaves and just some other little dried flowers. Here's my gorgeous little centerpiece with my apples, with my candles. Here's my fall napkin on my yellow tablecloth. The other thing that would look really pretty is if I had some like red napkins, which you can alternate or just do different cuts or little leaves in here. You've got your accented beautiful roses made out of leaves. And happy Thanksgiving. All we're missing is the turkey, the stuffing, the sweet potatoes, and the pie.